Thank you very much. Very nice to see so much nice, friendly, known faces. Okay, so let's start. So, most probably you all still remember this traditional marketplace. It's existed for now. It exists actually hundreds or maybe thousands years ago where the trading was going every single day. And yet, I will not talk about this. I will talk about this, which is our e-marketplace. And I will speak more not only about PHH, Pigou, Kaup24 or 220 and the latest edition Hobby Hall, but I will speak overall marketplaces, which we actually have quite some. So, right now, globally, we can count more than 400 marketplaces, which here you can see that we have one huge ones like Amazon, Alibaba, Allegro. I will not name it, most probably you all know them. We also have here a bit smaller, which we proudly call Pigou.220.lv and Kaup24. Also, 40% of all marketplaces has actually the presence in Europe, and now globally, 57% from all online sales comes from the marketplace globally. Virus. It's already such a big topic which we have spoke over and over again. And I do remember then COVID started. Most of the businesses, actually traditional businesses, experience this, as we call when we lose something, 5 stages of grief. First of all, we didn't believe it. We said, oh, it's some kind of virus maybe really far away, and it's not going to come. It's in China. It's not going to come into Europe. It's not going to come to United States. And suddenly, look, it came. And suddenly, by the end of March, we had shut down the economies, and business got upset. So they, first of all, denied it. Later on, they got upset because the supply chains were disrupted globally. And what happened? They adapt. They become going into more and more digital online business, which we call marketplaces. So, but what happened that period to us? We were building a plane and actually flying at the same time because the expectations and the plans for marketplace, at least in the Baltics, were maybe 15 seats plane, and suddenly we have built 400, maybe 500 seats, and everything was starting booming. The sales in marketplaces actually grow tremendously and exponentially. And marketplace as a mechanism, as the thing, actually become the center of online business and e-commerce. So, how many of you, please raise your hands, before COVID, actually bought in marketplaces? Okay, only a couple. Okay, maybe half. I was thinking that most probably that we will have huge amount of hands, and you are right. So marketplaces were not so very popular before COVID because it was somewhere in the United States in Amazon, but not in the Baltics, not here. So how COVID affected the customers actually who were buying online? So everyone has learned how to buy. They actually were kind of forced. I do remember my mother-in-law, who is 70 years old, actually she started calling me and asking how to buy online and how to get her products delivered to her. Number of orders also increased dramatically, at least in the Baltics, by 40%, and number of the traffic and customers who are actually selling in the marketplace, actually buying in the marketplace increased by 36%. Also, the fun fact, what COVID has brought is that registration of the people and the customers, the final customers who are 60 and above, increased by 3 times during the COVID. They started to register, they started to buy, they started to understand that they need to buy, because basically everything was more or less closed. Also, in Pigou and in Kaup24 and 220 LV, we have introduced such new products which were never our products before, like food, masks, pharmacy. So the COVID also brought new products which we never had experienced before, and they became quite big revenue streams for a marketplace, and globally, not only in Baltics. And the trend which actually started during the COVID, that the main buyer is a woman who is 40 years old, and all the data actually shows that women are the main buyers who are buying not only for herself, but for the kids, for the family, for the loved ones. This trend actually continues till this day. So, but COVID finished. Yes, we were booming. Yes, we were growing like crazy. I'm sorry for my French. And yes, we were loving it. And now, situation has changed. COVID has finished. And anyway, businesses, as well, traditional businesses, as well as e-commerce business, had to know their lessons, and they have to adapt. So, technological trends, actually, digitalization, and all over the companies became the main thing. You either go digital or you're going to be dying. As one of professor in my university, he said, you are toasted. But he's American, so he's allowed to say. And business models evolved. After COVID, we see that a lot of offline shops, a lot of retailers has reopened their shops. They are selling. Customers return to that shops, but also they saw that it's very, very important to have this presence in online. And to sell in marketplace, it's actually a good way to try it and see, is it workable, is it not workable, before they would create their own e-shop or online channel. Sellers. Sellers are the main partners of marketplaces. Marketplaces would not exist without final customers and the sellers, because platform is just a facilitator who actually helps them go together. So our sellers, our partners, not only have learned how to sell, but actually they mastered it. They now understand what is the need of the final customer. They understood that, for example, free return is very important, or prolonged hours is also very important. COVID also brought to business new ways of working. You have to be efficient, you have to be agile, and you have to be very customer-focused. As a couple people who spoke before me here on the stage, they said that e-commerce experiencing some problems. Yes, we are fighting for each customer we can get. So the customer centricity is very, very important after the COVID. And all these pluses came, we grew, we learned, we actually become the biggest marketplace in the Baltics, but competition also has become stronger, not only for us, but as well for our sellers, because in one product cart could be selling from 1 to 5 sellers, and to attract new customer and to retain it is getting more and more difficult because the competition is here. Okay, I really love that. Marketplace revolution. Actually, revolution which came to the Baltics. I know that marketplaces existed in the United States for quite some time, but in the Baltics, COVID brought a marketplace revolution. Marketplace shoppers, they actually love it to shop in marketplaces. Why? Because it's very easy. You can buy shoes, food, and sofa, and only by a couple clicks get it delivered to your door. So they know the value of one-stop shop in one place where you can have huge variety of the products. Hybrid models. Retailers, they do run their offline business. They run their shops. Nevertheless, they understood that to have extra channel as marketplace or online channel is very important. And retails will be coming more like a showrooms, but the main sales most probably will go already in online and the marketplaces. No barriers to sell. So, marketplaces actually right now made so easy to sell for everyone. If you are located here in Baltics, in Lithuania, in Latvia, in, I don't know, Finland or Germany, you are very, very easily go and you can sell it in US. What do you need? You need a computer, you need a good suppliers, and most probably you need the products to sell. So no barriers to sell globally. Marketplaces are expanding because this is actually the very good product, and you can sell whatever you want and what you believe. So marketplaces are really expanding globally. Ecosystem importance. Right now, what every marketplace has, it has not only the platform where you can list your products. No, that is not enough anymore. Marketplace is actually creating their fulfillment services where the sellers can place their products. They're creating all these possibilities to finance themselves. They're creating and having partners who are helping with promotions, digital marketing, all this content creation. So basically, marketplace is creating ecosystem around themselves, which is very, very important to maintain all business operations working digitally and working globally. I will be repeating this global, 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 because marketplace is a global thing. You can sell it in the Baltics, you can sell it in the United States, you can sell it in Europe, you can sell it in Poland. So basically, no matter where are you located, you can have and enjoy the marketplace global sales. And of course, the trend which is actually right now very vital and which is also in our company and most of the marketplaces is AI adaptation. AI adaptation, we are a bit slow on this, but we are getting there. So first of all, what we're using AI, we are using AI for the content creation, for SEO, for search engines optimization, for reviews. So AI right now, it's not only indulged by us, but other marketers very much so as well. Like in Amazon, you all know that most of the reviews already could be summarized and provide the best possible way for the final consumer. So, COVID finished again. Nevertheless, customers, they actually already developed the habit to buy online. It doesn't matter if it's from marketplaces or it's online because it's easy. Everyone could be done on their smartphone, and it's actually more and more getting convenience because you can get very, very fast wherever you are with whatever kind of gadget you have. Customers which was 60 and above, which we actually happy to acquire during the COVID, they are disappearing. They return to the traditional business. They are the ones who actually had to use online, but they didn't like it. So they really need to go to actual shop. They need to go and touch and smell and maybe try it on. So we don't have them anymore. They are coming back to offline retail. Customers, yes, they understood their values of themselves, so they are very demanding, they are not loyal, they can have as much as possibilities to find everything online, and not only in the marketplaces, and not only in Lithuania, Latvia, or in Europe. So basically, right now, to purchase something is so easy. That's why the fight for the final customer, it's really here, for marketers, for marketplaces, for the sellers, for everyone, because the loyalty is gone, it's dead. And another focus, which is actually coming from the younger generation are pushing marketplaces and gonna be pushed more and more on the sustainability, on the e-commerce, which has to go a little bit greener way, ecological packaging, maybe some better solutions in logistics. And and a must thing, what we already have, it's a flawless shopping experience. If you have struggled to do the final checkout, if you have struggled, for example, to find the exact product, you will not go to online. And this is why the customer experience to retain in the platform is absolutely a must. So what's next? I am very positive what's next. I know that we are a bit now down in the hole as we see that retail is not doing so well as it did before COVID. Nevertheless, over the next 5 years, sales from marketplaces will grow. It will grow and actually become the biggest online channel. So estimation is that 60% of all online sales comes from the marketplaces. The trends as well, it's not only marketplaces who actually selling new products. It's actually right now growing a huge trend, this second-hand apparel marketplaces, where, as I like to say, for one's customer's trash, another's customer's treasure could be found. Influencers are actually doing a lot of good job in this, because if you don't use the same jacket, you can go and resell. So this is a huge trend right now, the second-hand apparel marketplaces across the globe. Instagram and TikTok. So they have a huge ambitions, and we see that from scrolling to buying, and we already have Facebook Marketplace. So I'm sure that in coming couple years, maybe even less, we will have such term as a social commerce, meaning that social players, social media players will be a strong players in the e-commerce world and in the marketplaces as well. Also, just a fun fact for you, most probably the biggest growing categories will be eatable groceries, food, household and pet care, which is the fastest growing categories at the moment in the marketplaces. And as I mentioned, sustainability is here to stay, so marketplaces will be pushed, e-commerce will be pushed by the customers to have a global focus on the green path and sustainability. So, we are not a retail company. I think we, in the beginning, have to be a very good technological company. And this is some technology which actually right now is a must, again, in the marketplaces. And actually, some marketplaces already adapted it quite some well. Some are only adapting right now. So I will not mention most of them, because I'm sure that in the audience there is people who are much more knowledgeable in technology than I am. But I will mention a couple which I found it very fascinating, like voice command searching. It's actually very much right now used, especially in the marketplaces which are in the English-speaking countries. People don't want to type anymore. They want to search by voice, and actually almost 70% of all these sales are coming from this voice search. In Pigou app, we also have it, but what we see that usage is really, really low. And the main reason behind it, because we speak Lithuanian, we speak Latvian, and we speak Estonian. So this command voice search is still yet to be delivered or developed in our region, just because our unique languages which we having. Vertical marketplaces inclusion. So small niche marketplaces really wants to gain the momentum and wants to come to sell in a bigger marketplace. We do have a lot of experience, and we do have a lot of examples how small niche vertical market who sells, for example, only perfumes, come and sell in a huge market like Amazon as a generalist. Mobile shopping. Mobile shopping is not a trend, not a must. It's actually right now existing. 77% of all shopping online actually comes from the mobile shopping. People don't like to shop on their computers anymore unless they have to buy something really, really expensive. I don't know, maybe spend like 3 to a couple thousand euros. But now what we see that shopping mobile is here to stay, and people are buying with their smartphones. IA technology. IA technology at the beginning is really actually right now developed in the marketplace as well in our marketplace as the content creation tool. We creating the product cards, we are creating descriptions, we are providing translations. Also, AI will be used, and I will actually right now develop into have much better experience for the customers. Chatbots who will be also saying and will be available to most of the customers. As well SEO, as well you will be able to have the search which is very relevant for you. Why? Because right now AI has the possibility actually to teach itself and feed itself from the searches which are actually coming into our marketplaces. The last one, which I really want to talk about it's augmented reality. I'm not sure when it's going to come. Maybe in a couple years, maybe 10 years. But this one is a very fascinating thing, which is actually right now and will be trending, especially in the fashion marketplaces. So this will give you possibility to buy stuff and not try it. You will have a virtual persona of yourself, where actually by your features you would be able to purchase the things. Another adaptation of this augmented reality could be very much connected to Internet to Things, when the gadgets between themselves, they are starting to talk. What it means, an example I could say, there is a smart algorithms where you can actually program the brands, the budgets, and also the price level. And in the future, marketplaces will not longer have a physical person purchase, but also as a gadget. For example, fridge, he will detect that you're getting low on champagne, beer, kombucha, I don't know who's drinking what, and will make a purchase in the marketplace. Sounds crazy, sounds scary, but I think it's very, very exciting what lies ahead. So, the future. So e-commerce is not a future. Marketplace is not a future. We live it now, we explore now, and it's already existing. Marketplaces will be new go choice for the customers. Retailers, traditional retailers, they hold a huge amount still of the shops and the retail business in general, but now more and more they do understand that they have to have online presence. Not only because the changing customer behaviors, but also the world is changing so fast, and it's necessary to grab that momentum and have sales possibilities growth globally. So new phase of retail is not a local sales, it's a global sales. And last one, I would say be brave and trade. It's all about embracing new opportunities. And while I was talking here, we actually, as a PHH group, generated almost 5,000 orders. So let's be brave and trade. Thank you.
Thank you so much for, well, the best speech on marketplaces I've ever heard.
Thank you.
What to do for like regular e-coms, which operates still in the vertical and siloed way, D2Cs, etc. Do they have any chances withstand the competition from marketplaces like you?
I think everyone has a chances, and I don't have a crystal ball, and we don't know how it's going to happen. There is some online retailers who are actually exploring and have a lot of development on their brands. So they are very hesitant to join marketplaces because of the fear that they would lose their identity. So I guess there will always be a customer who will be shopping for your online. But if you want to go global, if you want to scale, if you want to attract the customers which potentially never would be your customer if you operate in a very, very small customer base, you have to go to marketplaces. Not only to us. You can go to United States, you can go to bol.com, Allegro, eMag. Now 40% of those are also located in Europe.
You just made 200 orders for them.
Well, you know.
Just kidding. Okay, we have the questions from the audience. Great questions. Main fashion brands are banning sales on third-party places. How you see future of marketplaces with such rules from main brands?
Yes, they are banning, because right now they are banning due to the competition. The competition, the same like TikTok and Instagram. Why? They are right now in a competition with the marketplaces because they don't want to generate traffic into marketplaces. They want to generate traffic and keep the momentum. So the brands themselves, again, like Nike, we know that Nike doesn't let on the marketplaces to sell. So yeah, it's a challenge for us. But we cannot make any decision. I'm just saying that brands will always have their loyal customer, and if you have possibility to purchase in the multiple channels, because omni-channels are also growing, I don't see any problem in that.
Until you become private label.
Until you become a private label.
Okay. If I am willing to start trading in marketplace, should I be choosing the local marketplace or regional, or go straight forward to the biggest and global ones like Amazon or eBay?
Depends how well you are acquainted with the marketplaces. Because if you right away go to the huge ones like Amazon or Allegro, they have a lot of automated tools and they will not give you any local support. They will not help you. They will say, look, this is platform, this is the listing rules, you do what you need to do. But if you start with something small like our marketplaces, we do actually people who live and work in our company who actually started this business. So they're very eager to help sellers to deliver their goals. So this still local presence will help them to be more fast, understand how it works. Maybe sometimes here not a good news because not all products sell online, but I think start a little bit small, test, and if you will find a good product, go live, go global.
Okay, and partially you started answering that part of question, but I have to vocalize it. Aren't you afraid that the biggest marketplaces in the world, like Amazon, will eat the regional ones or local ones?
Could be. You never know. We never expected that COVID happened, and look, COVID was the good for us thing. So yes, it could be that big marketplaces will go and take their share. Nevertheless, small markets, they have a lot of constraints. Languages, logistics, they have barriers. Our sellers actually also are, and the customers are also a bit different. So I think the possibility always exists, but I think we will have to live and see.